Your line, what has been so connected about your line?
I think we're working together. Comes down to winning our battles. We work for each other and we work together. So I think that's been a big key for us.
Jesper on that play with you, really selling that he wanted to shoot, and he could have, and then you were able to get the puck and quickly bury it. We keep seeing you guys executing on these great plays. What has gone into getting that execution to the next level?
I think it's a mindset. I mean, we're in the NHL, so I think execution. I think everybody in here can make tape-to-tape passes, and I think when the execution is not there, that's when we're not in our best. And I mean, 2-1 passes, but it starts with the breakout. If the puck is on your tape, it's easier to break out. So I think you got to have that skill, and I think everybody has that skill in here. So at the end, it comes down to the mindset.
What can you say about Jake tonight, and just especially in the first period?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how many shots he faced. Yeah, so I mean, he gave us a good game again. He kept us in the game. They were all over us in the first period for sure. So kept us really in the game, and yeah, he played a really good game for us again.
What's he meant for this group since he's come over?
A lot. I mean, he gives us the saves we need. Gives the momentum back in games, and if you have a solid goalie in the net, that makes your work easier too.
When the Leafs looked like they were getting rolling there in the second, they took the lead. What allowed you guys to swing the momentum back in your favor?
Get the right one back. I guess that helps. But I think, obviously it's not the way you want to start the second period, but we know, like, from a lot of experience, the game is 60 minutes, so mindset got to be sharp. After goals against and goals for, you got to have a sharp mindset and just keep playing.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's really, of course, 82 games. There's going to be times like that against a really offensive team that, knows how to cycle the puck low, keep the puck in zone, put pressure on, hound guys. They're very skilled, but they also work very hard, and I think that's what capitalized a lot of their chances in the first, but we got through it, and that was the big thing.
What's it like to be in a race? You haven't been in a race for a long time. I mean, and the transition over to this group.
Yeah, it's, I've fortunate enough for a while I was a part of a consistent playoff team, and I think you just got to focus on yourself. I know the race, you can get caught up in it, but I think really at the end of the day, it's really just about what we can do. Obviously, you need a little bit of luck, you need a little bit of losses at the same time, but if you really just worry about us and hopefully get as many points as we can, chip away. Even some games you find a way to get 1 point, it makes a difference. So that's all I think we should be focused on.
What's it feel like making 24 saves in a period? I mean, some nights you don't make 24 saves in a game.
Yeah, it's just the nature of hockey, honestly. There's so many variables in this game. It's so fast nowadays, even compared to 12 years ago when I started. It's a night and day difference, and that's just the nature of the beast. We're going to have times where we're going to have teams in the zone like that too, so it comes full circle.
What's it been like just joining this group? I mean, you were in Montreal for a while. I know it was probably tough to leave, but just what was that sort of process like for you to come over here?
Yeah, I love my time as a Hab. I always will cherish that. Put probably the most special jersey on in hockey in my books. But everything you realize in your career, it doesn't last forever. You got to make decisions sometimes. Sometimes, obviously, you got to be a little bit selfish and look yourself in the mirror and wonder what's best for you and your family. And I thought this was a good opportunity for to come in the rest of this year, play some games. I didn't play very much this season, and get my game back in order, and also for my family as well to be able to come to a new city. Know where we're going to be next year, and it's been a good start.
Jake, when you just look at something that Travis Green says, execution, we need everyone to be executing at the best of their ability. In this last stretch, what have you seen about that team bringing that?
Yeah, no, there's been obviously really good stretches throughout games, and then there's been stretches where I think we could be better, but at the same time, we find ways to get through that stretch, and that's a big difference. That's finding ways to get through it when you're not as sharp for 10 or 12 minutes in a period. If you can just get through the ugly a little bit, and then the good will come again. So I think that's where good teams thrive, and guys have been doing a good job.
Can you point to an example of that early in the second when the Leafs took the lead, and yet you guys found a way to put that behind you and retake control of the game?
Yeah, it's just a bit of composure. It's a bit of understanding that there's 15 minutes left in the second period, more than half the game left, and that's all it is. Take a deep breath. You don't panic. You just, got to have trust in the guys in front of you that they're going to do their job as long as you do yours, and give yourself a chance.
Jesper, what is clicking with your line that you all are so connected?
Oh, obviously, I think today, we were on the right spots. First of all, I think we took the D zone first. We didn't cheat the game. We were obviously playing with good details and good attention. We were playing mostly against two really, really good lines and two of maybe the top players in the world. And obviously, we needed to stay above that. We needed to make good decisions, and we also knew that we can transition fast and use our skill, and I think that's what we were successful at doing today.
We heard so much about, this is going to be a great challenge, but we need to focus on our game when it comes to the execution. Even just you all making sure you're playing your game, how did you feel your team did in that game?
Well, obviously, we didn't have the best start. They obviously came out really hard, and they came out fast. They funneled a lot of pucks to the net, and we got a lot of time to practice our D zone coverage in the first period. It was a period that we spent most of the time in our own zone, but at the same time we kept them fairly to the outside. We did a good job shutting that down, and obviously we got some great saves by Jake, who played great in the net today. And I think a little bit in the second period we started playing a little faster. Our transition game got better, and I think we kind of took momentum of the game, and I'm proud of our effort in the third period. We kept them to the outside, and we played a pretty simple game that got us the win.
What's the feeling like coming in the locker room after the first period? You get outshot 25-10, yet you're up 2-1 in the game.
Obviously, we knew that we can play a lot better. Obviously, we went in with a lead, but obviously we knew that we had to step up our game. We also knew that was their push that they probably had, and now it's for us to turn that around. And obviously, we have been a team that has been down games earlier. We know that it was a time for us to get up and get momentum of the game, and we got a good start to that.
Jack, what are some of the smaller plays that might not get the attention that really helped this team get this win?
Yeah, just a lot of block shots tonight. I think they were all over us in the first, and then obviously a lot of massive saves out of Jake, so he played another great game.
Just to see the offense continue to heat up here, what is contributing to different lines having success and everyone being able to contribute?
Yeah, I think lines are playing better, maybe playing harder, a few games together, so a little bit of all that.
What's the feeling, Jack, when you come into the locker room after the first, you get outshot 25-10, yet you are up 2-1 in the game?
Yeah, we didn't play very well, and they were actually we played okay. They just came out and they were on fire early, so we were lucky to have a 2-1 lead, and Jake had a really good period, and then we kind of found our game as the game went on.
What's Jake meant to this group in general since he's come over?
Big, yeah. I think he's got only he have one or two losses, so he's been playing great, and we've been getting some really good goaltending as of late.
Travis, what did it take, some of the smaller details, for this team to pick up a 6-3 win in Toronto?
Well, first of all, our first period, our goalie played phenomenal in the first. Felt like the speed and the skill of their team took us a little while to catch up to it. I thought once we got settled into the game after the first, we played a pretty good game in all areas.
To see this offense continue to find goals, lines, finding the chemistry, especially that Meyer, Hischier, Bratt line, what was going so well with them?
They're just good players, and they're playing well, not just offensively though. They're playing well defensively, and I like the way our whole team played tonight. I mean, obviously, I didn't like, we got outplayed bad in the first period. Hung tough, blocked some shots. Jake made some saves. Then we got our legs under us and played better the last two.
I think Timo Meier, 13 goals in his past 14 games. What's allowed him to elevate his play lately?
He's just playing like the player that we envisioned. Power forward, big body, playing straight lines. I think he's just playing well. His all-around game is good.
We've seen some great goaltending performances, but that first period, just go back to it from Jake. I mean, if you guys are able to sneak in, is that one you might look back on?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go on the road and you're playing a team like the Leafs, and you got a young decor like we do, you're going to need nights where your goalie keeps you alive, especially on the road. And he definitely did that for us tonight.
What about what he's meant for the group in general, just coming in, a veteran presence back there?
It is. He's a real pro. And Capo's played well, too. He gave us a shutout the other night. And, our group needs that right now.
Just looking at the confidence a win like this can bring, and you talk so much about playing the right way, and they were playing the right way for most of the game. How can that continue to build?
Well, hopefully it just, we've talked a lot about just being everyday team, being consistent with our game, and if you do it and you do it for 60 minutes, You stick with it, good things can happen, and when you win, obviously, that validates what you're trying to get across to your group.
What's it like to win in a city like Toronto?
Yeah, it's a good place to win for sure.